Okay, good morning. Where are you guys? Sleeping in? Okay, here we go. Take your feet to the width of the mat. Take a nice big deep breath. And then all the way down, nice and slow. Relax your head. Your feet are nice and wide. If you're ready to be in a straight leg, go for it. Then hands above the knees, come back up slowly. And then this time we're going to sweep the arms all the way up and then all the way back down again. We're going to weight the back of the feet. Just kind of limbering up, nice and slow and easy. Don't force anything. So today, try to find as much opportunity to breathe as you can. Hands above the knees, come all the way back up. Sweep the right arm up and over, and then do the same with the other one. Up and over, and then just kind of go between the two. Trying to get nice length through your arm. Both arms up this time. And then nice slow swan dive all the way back down. There's Sue.
We have a lot of people who will be driving around.
Okay.
Hello.
We already started.
Very.
So reach, try to get nice and tall and lean. And then nice slow swan dive all the way back down again. Just let the head go. You have your feet far apart, at least the width of the mat. Now you're going to drift your body weight forward into the toes and then drift it backwards. And just kind of have your hands out in front, stuck to the mat for some stability. But just sort of go between the two, nice and forward to the toes and then push the hips as far back as you can get them. And just keep doing this. I've got tons of birds out here singing, so I'm sure you can hear them. They're very loud. Okay, do a nice slow reverse swan dive all the way back up. There's Anne. And then all the way down again. Just let the head relax. Nice, easy breathing here in and out through the nose. I'm going to have you bend your right leg. Remember, your feet are pretty far apart, and then bend into the left one. And then just keep going between the two. You can either have your fingertips down and your spine long, or you can be fully folded, whatever feels better for you at the moment. Okay, both legs straight. We're going to walk our feet together now. So you've got them as close together as they can be. If your legs are straight, fabulous. If not, that's okay too. So with your legs straight, you're going to inhale, look up. So fingertips only on the floor. Now come into a tiny little squat where you can squeeze your knees together and then go back to that straight leg. And then squat it down. We're trying not to round the back while we do this. And just keep going, maybe 3 or 4 more. You'll notice when the knees pull forward and the butt comes down, you're probably feeling a little stretch through the Achilles. That's a good thing. Okay, one more little squat here. Now from here, take your hands above your knees, look forward and get your spine nice and long. Just hold this. You're going to go up and down an inch. It's not a big move, just make it small. Just trying to warm up these quads and inner thighs. Now hold it down. This time you're going to take the arms out in front. Maybe that enables you to get a little bit lower in the squat. You want to try to keep equal weight in both feet. Now you're going to fold all the way back down, let your head go, you're just looking through your knees. Now from here, we're going to inhale, look up to a flat back. And fold back down. Do that again. Inhale, look up. Fold back down. And last one. And from here, reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip the palms, sweep the arms. Nice. Bring your hands to heart. You're just going to pick up your left knee. Nice. Hold it here. Try to lift out of this right hip. So you're trying to push and make the whole body taller. Taller and longer. Okay, let's switch. Try to lift that knee as high as you can. Keep the foot flexed. And let's do it again. Pick it up. And if it helps you to just focus in one little spot, maybe somewhere down on your floor to balance. That's what you should be doing. Okay, one more time. Nice and high with the knee if you can. We want to be using these hip flexors. So there's a lot to be said for tight hip flexors from when we sit. So we do stretch them out quite a bit in my classes, but it's also good to strengthen them. Okay, take both feet back to the width of the mat. So we are going to work on that a little bit today. Sweep the arms up. Take your gaze, look up, and then all the way back down. Push your hips backwards. Make sure your toes are in the same line. And let your head go. So big stretch now for your lower back and the back of the legs. Just breathe here for a few breaths. Okay, inhale, look up, flat back. Bring your feet in this time, hip width apart now. We're going to take our hands to the floor or fingertips right out in front of the feet. You're going to transfer all your weight into the left leg and just lift your right foot off the floor. And then do the opposite. Go right, lift the left. And just keep oscillating between the two. You're targeting all the itty bitty little muscles around the upper legs. Let's just do a few more. And it's okay if your body weight's shifting a little bit. That's perfectly normal. Okay, so adding on to this, now I'm going to have you keep your hands where they were. Just sweep the left leg back behind you and lift it up. Maybe it gets parallel to the floor, maybe it doesn't. It's never about a competition, right? Just lift it. We're just trying to activate and wake up these hamstrings. Nice and easy side to side. Getting good blood flow to your face. Make sure you're not straining your neck. Just want to keep that head wherever it feels good. Let's do a few more. Okay, now with your feet hip width apart, I'm just going to have you come into a little squat. So bend through the knees. Fingertips are still where they were. And then come back to that straight leg. Pull down. And then repeat. Inhale, look up. Squat. And then pull down. Inhale, look up. Squat. Arms are going to come off the floor right out in front. Really low squat. Now from here, stand up, reach the arms to the ceiling, and then come back down and squat again. And back up. And back down, weight your heels. And back up. And one more time. Bring your hands to heart, give me a little rotation to the left side of your room. Both shoulders, and then go the other way. Trying not to let one knee push behind the other. So keep both of your knees equal in front. So that means you're keeping the hips quiet and you're just trying to twist your upper body. Waking up your obliques a bit. Okay, come back, square those shoulders, bring the arms out in front, squat lower. Try to broaden through the shoulders, keep your face up. And then all the way back up. And arms by your side. Oh. Sway now, let the hips go too. Everything is just sort of chilling. Nice. Okay, big deep breath. We're going to meet back down on our mat, all the way into your high plank. So baby steps with the hands forward. Meet me in your high plank. Your hips are at the same height as the back, right? Now roll the pelvis down so you feel the tummy pull in. Just hold this. Important not to drop the head. Now step your feet into bear. Knees are just above the floor. You're getting a nice stretch through the pad of your foot or feet. We have two. Okay, step back to plank. Now I want you to lift your left leg up. Get it nice and straight. Keep your shoulders over your wrists. And then switch. Put that foot down. Now meet me in your down dog. You're going to take your left hand to the outside of your right shin. And then do the same on the opposite side. Right hand to the left side of the shin. And just keep oscillating. Excuse me. Nice, easy breathing in and out through the nose. Now, from your down dog, I want you to pick your left leg up. Try to keep the ribs in. And let's lift and lower that heel on the right leg, right foot. You knew what I did, right? Just do a few more. Nothing the calf can't handle. Okay, put the left leg down, lift the right leg up this time. Up and down with that left heel. Get as high as you can each time. Okay, both legs are dead. You're just in a normal down dog. Take 3 big breaths. Now step your feet back, meet me in your bear pose. Now from bear, I want you to make sure your face is up so you haven't dropped your head. Step the left foot back and then step it back in. Step the right foot back, step it back in, and just keep oscillating. Just a few more. I know you're probably feeling a little bit in your wrists. You could always take the shoulders a little bit behind them. Press the entire palm and all fingers into the floor. Okay, from here we come into that small dog. Both heels down on the mat. Up high on the toes. Lower the heels. Do that again. Just a few more times. Step your feet back, meet me in your plank. We're going to do a little hover and meet in up dog. So you're on the tops of your feet. Just easy breathing here. Now let's bring the hips up. Your toes are tucked under. We're going to take the hips over the heels for a nice little lat stretch. So you can isometrically try to pull those hands towards your knees if you like. Now from here, take that right palm, lift it up to face the ceiling, and then lift the hand off the floor. Do the same with the left. Open, lift it and reach. Now put both down, get that isometric pull. Maybe you walk your hands out even a little further to add a little oomph to that stretch. Your forehead's off the floor. Now let's lift that right palm up again, reach it. The arm should be nice and long. And then switch. This is really good rehab for your shoulder. You can have your hands further apart than shoulder width when you do this. It's always sort of good to explore different angles. Okay, come all the way back up onto all fours. We're going to go through a series of 5 cat-cows. So you do them at your own pace. Just make sure you hollow out the top. And again, by moving the hips a little further back, changes the angle, the stretch of the low back. Okay, back to a neutral spine with your tummy in. Take the right arm forward, and let's have that palm face the midline of the body. Now, you're going to take this arm, hold it as long and strong as you can while you extend your left leg back. Now, if you felt your hips shift to the right, try to bring them back left. So you're making the core do the work. And relax. Extend the left arm forward, your right leg back. Keep square with your hips. So if you have a bend in your leg that's extending out, get rid of it. Engage muscle. Okay, switch to the other side again. We're going to amp this up a little bit. So you're going to take your toe in hand, tap it to the floor, and then lift. And tap and lift simultaneously. You have 4 more. Get that leg, that foot up nice and high in the back so you feel your glute. And switch sides. Left arm forward, right leg back. Start the up and down. Work as big of a range as you can, especially with that leg in the back. Okay, come on to all fours. We're going to take our left knee, lift it out to the side. So you feel the inner thigh. And then lower it back down. You're going to stay on the same side and repeat it 5 more times. Lift up and down. Let's do 3 more. Nice and slow without shifting over to the right. And now shift, lift the right knee. Sorry, yeah, right knee up and down. It's like you're a dog peeing on a fire hydrant, right? You're like, oh, I love that analogy. Make sure you're not dropping your face. 1 more. Okay, back to your bear. Come off the knees. Meet me in a small dog. Take 5 big breaths here and really expand through the ribs. You're taking in so much air, you feel them puff out, especially in the back. Purposeful breaths. These birds are starting to chirp louder and louder and louder. Okay, high on the toes. You got a lot of weight going into those arms. Why not? Just hold it. Make sure your ankles line up with the pad of the feet. They haven't splayed out. Okay, baby steps forward towards your hands. You're going to inhale and extend to a flat back. Now, as you fold back down, I want you to put the tops of the hands on the floor so you stretch out your wrists. If you need to slide the arms further forward of the feet, get that stretch, go for it. Your arms should be straight, your head should be relaxed. Okay, fingertips back, inhale, extend to a flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip the palms, reach nice and long, and then back by your side. You're going to take your left foot forward and your right leg back. We're going to do a little pyramid stretch, and then we're going to amp it up into more of an exercise. So feet facing forward, hip width apart. Walk your hands down with your spine long. So nice and slow. I kind of like to savor the feeling that I get in the top part of that back leg. So I'm going to stay with my spine long. My fingertips on the floor or your shin, whatever you can reach. We're just going to hang out here for a sec. So you've got some weight in the back foot, but predominantly you're weighting your front leg. Now take those hands back to your shin, walk it back up. Bring your hands to heart this time, incorporating a little bit of balance. Come down, spine long. You go as far as you can without rounding your back, and then you come back up. Now, when you start to come back up, really weight into that front foot. Should feel really good. And we're just going to oscillate between up and down at a really nice, comfortable pace. And if you want to hang out in one spot because you love it, fabulous. Make sure when the torso starts to rise, you push away from the earth, right? That's that little extra oomph that you give this exercise. Okay, so let's pull this up here. Isometrically, you're going to pull this heel backwards and this foot forward. So you got a lot of activation going on all around here. You can't see it, but you can definitely feel it. Bring the arms out in front, parallel to the floor, and just give me a little bit of a lean forward while you keep driving force between the legs. This is your PMF stretching at its best. Both legs are straight, right? Now we're going to come back, take those arms all the way up. Reach for the ceiling as best you can. Bring your hands to heart. Bend your front leg, step your back foot further back. So we're in what we call a lunge. Pretty high lunge. Shoulders are right over your hips. Sweep the arms up. Now I want you to get high on the toes on the back foot and then relax that heel down towards the floor. Lift back up. Keep a bend in your front leg. Lower back down. Should feel great. Stretch when the heel's down and a big challenge when it's up. Let's do a few more. Work as big of a range as you can. Okay, bring your hands to heart. Keep high on the toes on the back foot. I want you to bend this leg a lot, and then I want you to lean forward. Now let's go left with both shoulders and come back and square them to the front and just keep going. Just keep going. So I probably have about 80% of my weight in my front leg, 20% in the back leg for stability. Now adding this rotation, we're going to go the other way too. So now you're rotating both ways. Open to the right, getting a lot of work to the inner thigh. Come back, open to the left. It's also a great balance challenge. And if you feel unstable, take that back foot, step it out more. Okay, we have a few more of these. I know you're probably feeling it, as am I. But like, why not? It's good for us. Make sure you're keeping that forward lean. Okay, meet me back facing forward. Take your arms out in front. Reach for the front of your room. I want you to lean in a little more. Take your hands down, step back to plank. Wow, right? Wow. Who knew plank could feel so easy, right? Downward facing. Baby steps all the way forward. Inhale to a flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way back up. Flip the palms, reach for the ceiling. Hands to heart. Step your left foot back. Left heel on the floor, right heel on the floor. Both legs are straight. Now, don't create that force I talked about. Let's just take our hands, walk them down the leg. So you're just balancing between front and back leg. Walk it down with your spine long. So hopefully you can take a peek at your feet and make sure you line them up so they're facing forward. Walk it back up. And if you have trouble balancing going down or up, you can always step your back foot a little closer to the front. Let's do it again. Spine long, we're not rounding our back. Back up. And down. Fingers to the floor if you can reach, otherwise they stay on your shin. You're still with an extended back. Okay, let's take your hands back to the leg, walk it back up. Now we're going to bring that force. Front heel isometrically pulls backwards. Back heel pulls forward, of which neither move, right? Hands to heart. Keep that force hinged down. You decide how low you can go, maintaining the force. And when you can't do it anymore, you start to rise back up with the force. Ooh, yes. It's waking up a lot of probably pretty dormant muscles, tendons, whatever else we have in our bodies. Who knew it could be so challenging? Make sure we're trying to get 80% of our weight, especially on the way down, into that front leg. I find it hard to maintain that force coming up. It's definitely a lot easier going down. Okay, let's bend this front leg. Step your back foot a little further back so you're in that lunge. Shoulders are right over your hips, just to start. You're getting a nice little stretch here through the hip flexor. Now, we're going to lean the upper body forward and get really high on the toes on the back foot. Give me a big bend in your front knee. Now let's start to rotate to the right. Both shoulders, you're trying to get as much weight into that forward leg as you can. So this is a question of going slow so that you can say to yourself, can I go any further? You're going to really feel the side of that hip doing a lot of work as you turn. It's really good for you. Okay, now let's add the other side in. So we're going to go left. Hello, inner thigh. And now right. Hello, hip. Hopefully you're feeling this as much as I am. Make sure you're leaning forward. All the weight in this right leg. Yes, it should be talking to you. Okay, bring those arms out. Give me a big lean. Reach for the front of your room. Don't sink into that right hip. Push away from the earth. Hands down, step back plank. Oh my goodness. Almost to failure. Excuse me. Meet me in your down dog. Now lift your left leg. Open the hip, bend the knee. How good does that feel for your butt? Now add a little lift and lower of that knee. Up and down an inch. Keep your arms equally weighted. Make sure you're not craning the head. Hold it as high as you can. Put it down. Come back to plank. Doesn't that feel good? Back to down dog. Right leg up. Open the hip. Bend at the knee. Lift that knee as high as you can. Add the pulse. Getting deep into your glute. Make sure you can see the sides of your arms through your peripheral vision. Put that foot back down. Meet me back in your plank. From here, if you can, without putting your knees down, we're going to come down onto our forearms. So you're going to meet me in your low plank. Just hold, legs are straight. Head is up. Now, make sure your feet are hip width apart if they're not already. You're going to lower the knees to the floor. Walk your elbows a little bit in front of the shoulders and isometrically pull them towards your knees. Lots of work for the six-pack muscle. Just hold that tuck. Pull the belly up and into the spine. Now release the tug. Move the elbows back in so they're under the shoulders. Come off your knees. Now from here, I'm going to have you lower your hips to the floor. So you're in what we call baby cobra. Keep the belly pulling in. Nice. Now lift the hips back up slowly. Come off your knees. Put the knees down, move the elbows forward. Get that isometric pull, lots of force right now towards the elbows and knees, towards each other. Bring the elbows back in. Come off the knees. Lower the pelvis. Meet me in baby cobra. Okay, one more time. Hips up, knees up, elbows move forward. Put your knees down, create that isometric pull. Hips down, baby cobra. Take your gaze forward. Little stretch for your six-pack muscle, but I still want you to keep it active. Now take your chest all the way down to the mat. Bring your hands right beside your chest. Keep your face looking at the floor with your head off the floor. Now pull the belly button towards the spine. Lift your chest up using the muscles that run along the spine. Keep the belly active. Keep your neck long. Most important, don't forget to breathe. Okay, turn your head to the side, relax. Ah, who knew this could be so challenging? Take your face, lift up, chest up, hands up this time. Elbows to the ceiling. Squeeze and lift. Relax. One more time. Hands up, elbows high. Now I want you to squeeze the elbows into each other. Lift, keep your chest up. Keep your face looking at the floor so your neck is long. Push yourself back up and meet me in your down dog. Baby steps with your feet all the way forward to the hands. Meet me in a forward fold. Drift your hips backwards. Inhale to a flat back. Reverse swan dive all the way up. Flip the palms, reach them up. Bring your hands to heart. Step your left foot forward and your right leg back. Get high in the toes on the back foot. Now proud out your chest. So it's not like you're really leaning back, but you're just trying to bring length to your body. Just hold this. Now bring the arms out in front and rotate them to the left. Both arms. Nothing else changed. And then come forward. And do it again. And forward. Stay really high on the toes on the back foot. 2 more times. Work as big of a range as you can, but keep those hips from moving, right? They stay nice and quiet. Come forward, bring your hands to heart, step in, switch feet. Get nice and high on the back foot. Bring the arms out. Proud out the chest. Go to the right. And come back. And just keep awesome. You might have a little more range on one side than the other. That's why we do this. Try to create balance. Couple more. Here's your last one. Bring your hands to heart, step in. Big deep breath. Swan dive down. Palms to the floor, step back both feet to plank. Now we're going to bring our left foot up between our hands. So you're in a runner's lunge or a low lunge. You're going to put your right knee down on the floor. I like to put a little towel under my knee. Now I'm going to just oscillate between letting my hips pull forward and back. When I pull them back, I go to a straight leg in the front. So come forward and then back. Flex those toes so they reach right up to the ceiling. Forward and back. And if this hurts your knee, modify with limiting your range. Got a few more here, that's it. Okay, come back, you're just gonna switch legs. So step that foot back, bring the other one forward, move your towel over. So much to do. Make sure you're letting those hips come nice and low. But it's kind of just guiding them where they want to go, as opposed to creating a force. And then just go between the two. Try to get those toes pushing up so you wake up your shins. Nice. Okay, meet me back in your plank. We're gonna do a hover, and then we're gonna push ourselves back up. So hover, and then back up. And hover. And back up. And hover. And back up to down dog. Ooh, that'll wake you up. Okay, let's pedal our feet. Getting into our calves. Gonna come down to the mat in a few more repetitions. Okay, put those knees down, kick your feet up to the side. Have a seat, meet me in your staff pose. So take your heels to the corners of your mat. We're gonna come down for a full I love you stretch. It's my favorite. So C-curve the spine, go down really slow. Get that belly pushing down, really important. Now you take your arms all the way backwards. Point those toes. Make a fist with your fingers. And then open the hands nice and wide. And then oscillate. Your arms are long, they're not touching the floor. Let's do that a few more times. It's almost like a nice canvas. Not while you're doing it, when you're done. Okay, bring the arms all the way forward and down onto your mat. Slide your feet in to your rear end, as close to the rear end as you can get them, and then bridge it up. And then C-curve the spine as you lower one vertebrae back down to the floor. Roll the pelvis all the way forward, so you've got a huge space between the lower back and the floor. Get rid of that space, roll it back up. And do it again. Hopefully you're going super slow. Roll the pelvis down. Get rid of the space. And roll up. 4 or 5 counts to go down, 4 or 5 counts to come up. You're doing it 2 more times.
Are you okay? She looks like she just stopped. Annie, look at you. We finished the class.
Not happy. The landscapers are here, so they were making so much noise I had to move.
Okay, but Kirsten stopped.
Yeah.
Look at you. Happy vacation. The weather's beautiful. We had
Today.
Is it? Okay. We had total ice storm up here.
Oh, I heard.
Like 500,000 people on the island off with without power.
Oh no.
And Debbie she tried to call me last night, but she couldn't. And Julie, they have a sump pump in their basement, and Julian had 5 hours. He was having to bail it, and then
That happened during the 96 ice storm with my in-laws. They had to keep emptying it manually.
yeah. Why is that? I didn't anyway.
Well, because some pump runs on electricity and it pumps it out. And if it doesn't pump out, it just starts to fill up and starts to flood your basement.
But what's it pumping out? The water, but the water because it's raining, or
Yes.
the water because okay, only because
And
it's raining.
sometimes it's just like the water table is so high because the
Okay.
ground is frozen. There's nowhere for it to be absorbed.
Bug. Anyway. All right. Okay,
And
honey.
she's still down on the floor there.
Is she? I've lost her. I can't see, but I was like, that's too long. I'm enjoying this, but no, it's too long. All right, honey. Well, glad you arrived safely.
Yeah, yes, well, I didn't make it on Tuesday. It was a long travel day on Monday, so we just decided. But
Are your buddies there?
yeah,
Fun.
that's nice. Very
Very nice.
pretty nice, but it's rainy today, so I think they're going shopping. I don't really want to shop, so.
Board games. Okay.
All right.
All right, hon. Have a good day. See you
Saturday.
Saturday.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Bye.